Good morning. My name is Olivia. I'm known as Olivia K on Facebook, Ollie K on Instagram, and 1am9800 on Reddit. I normally talk about nursing related stuff, such as well, nursing school material rather, or NCLEX related material, and I go over what people should work on for their next attempt, or they're getting ready to take their first attempt, and give advice because I've taken the NCLEX at least 3 times already. So I think I'm able to give some tips here and there. I also review reality TV shows, and I'm going to also review a documentary. That's what this video is for. I watched a really interesting one that I want to talk about and kind of give my points of view and my opinion. So if you're interested in the Love Is Blind series, I have a playlist. I'm going to do seasons 9 and 10, I think, later this week. So either tomorrow maybe, or if not, either Saturday or Sunday, because Friday is going to be I want to be pretty busy. And then I'm going to go over insulin for the high yield pharmacology, because I do notice that people are slipping when it comes to the pharmacology and parental, sorry, me and my pronunciation, therapies. So you guys know what I mean when I'm saying that. So I will make more videos on pharmacology, and I'm going to make like a series on that as well. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this documentary I happened to see as I was getting up, and I was gouging around Reddit as usual, because I am also on Reddit too. I was gouging around it, and then they told me about this documentary called Caterpillar, and it's about people changing their eyes. Sorry, because I'm wearing blue contacts today. And I was like, you know what? I always had this weird opinion towards people doing it, and I understand there's some nuance to it, and I just kind of want to talk about that, and just kind of give my point of view and whatnot. So, all right, let me begin. So Caterpillar is about this man who has a desire to change his eye color. Fair enough, because when I was like a young girl, I was very insecure about my own looks too, and I wore glasses, and I just did not like the way I looked as a kid, and most of us don't like the way we look as children because we don't have a say of how we dress and how we look. We don't have that say until we're like teenagers or adults. So he was very, very insecure, and honestly, any kind person who's trying to change their or morph their body, they're insecure themselves. All right, and shit, I still have some little bit of insecurity in me, but I am, very happy with myself and my accomplishments. So that's making me even more secure on its own. But anyways, that's not the point. So this man, he talks about how he's going to go to India. He's going to get a procedure. I don't think he had any prior research to it. So he just saw videos of people getting the procedure done, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this looks good." So he reaches out to one of the doctors saying that, "Hey, I'm not able to pay for it, but I would like to do the procedure." They said, "We'll do it for free." I like to call it virus remorse, so that's already not too good. Oh, gee. Okay. Then he talks to his mother, and he's talking about going to India to do that, and then she's saying she doesn't understand why he's doing it. And then I noticed with the dynamic, she was just, she had a weird way of explaining things, but she was saying that as a mom, I'm trying to learn this stuff, blah blah blah. Because that's the thing about being a parent. You don't have all the tools, and it's kind of hard to understand your kid, your offspring, and you're trying to be the best parent you can be. But at the time, because she's 70 years old, my mom's going to be about to be 70 this year too. She just talked about how she's from a different era, and how all these ideas of their child being gay, or they're trying to change their body, transgender, it's kind of weird and odd to them. right? So he gets upset, and then they get to fight, and then he leaves. Okay. And then so then I think the next few scenes, he goes to India. And then he's meeting all these other people that are going to get the procedure, which is great. They're going to get the procedure done. Awesome. And then they showed one person getting the procedure. And to me, it looked so, I'll be honest. Okay. I wear contacts. I even use eye drops because time to time my eyes will get dry, or time to time they'll have what's called infiltration, meaning that you have some sort of minor infection with the cornea, and then your eyes get like sensitive to the light. It's painful to open them, and you kind of have to take the contact off because it's going to be uncomfortable. I have that every now and then, but I haven't had it in like maybe a year and a half, and I hope not to, because that shit is the worst. So where is I going with this? I'm seeing the procedure done. There you go. I'm seeing the procedure done, and I was cringed as shit. I'm just like, whoa, what is going on? Oh my God. I'm just, I got cringed. My skin was shaking as I'm seeing the needle or whatever the tool is making their eye the color they desire. I'm just like, this can be safe. And side note, it's not FDA approved. So, I mean, kudos to you guys who are still doing that. I can't believe this procedure is still done. But I can never. Oh my God. And I kept saying, why not just get contacts? Because I understand contacts are expensive, but this is like, I looked it up. It's like $10,000 to $15,000 per eye. And I'm just like, all that money you could be using it to pay your debt. Shit, I have debt around that price. I mean, $10,000. Probably less because I've been paying off some of it. But Jesus Christ. Because I pay, like, my tuition, especially when I take my nursing classes officially around September, it's going to be like around that price range. So I'm just shocked when I see people spending that kind of money for vanity. And God, I know I shouldn't be judging. So I told you I'm trying not to sound as biased, because like, shit, I understand. I'm wearing contacts now, and I'm wearing this red and black hair when I'm putting fake lashes. So I understand. I get it. I have piercings and tattoos. So I know, who am I to talk? But it's the whole point being that, I mean, listen, I get it. I totally get it. Like, sometimes you're just not happy with your appearance, and you want to feel like you're a better version of yourself. And honestly, anyone who does all these procedures are clearly not happy with their face, and it's sad. It's really sad when I see that kind of stuff. To be honest, I was outraged and I was upset just watching it. But anyways, let me just save that for the end of the video. Okay, so the woman because it features the woman doing it, she's happy with it. Great. So then they explained the procedure to David. David's his name. That's the guy, the main person who's being featured in this documentary. So they're explaining the procedure, and they're saying that one eye is going to be done this day, the other eye is going to be done that day. Great. So then he meets other people, and then they're talking about how they're a model, they want to look better, or whatever the case. They get theirs done. Great. All right. So we skip over to when David gets the procedure, and he's saying that they did 3 procedures in one day. So they did down to him, and I was so cringed out seeing the scenes. I won't even lie, and I shouldn't be, because I'm a nurse. I've seen worse shit. I've seen worse things. Okay. So that happened, and so when it was recovering, he had what's called buyer's remorse. Well, he was technically doing it for free, but I call this buyer's remorse because when people aren't happy with what they pursue or buy, it's one of these things you get what you pay for, in essence. So he's like, I did not want this color. I didn't want this color. He's crying. He's upset. And it's like, so I tried not to be so annoyed. I'm just like, David, but you would be better off getting contacts. I swear to God. But again, I know I'm trying not to judge, but it's so hard. I try to not be so annoyed, and I kept pausing because I'm like, okay, this whole thing would be avoided if you would just not go through this at all. All these things he's saying is like, it could be avoided if you simply, were to go to maybe they have stores where you can get contacts with the color he wants. I understand they're expensive, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper than getting that procedure, and it's a lot safer that way. Because hell, I'm wearing contacts now. This is Air Optics. Air Optics is the best, by the way. I'm not endorsing it. I'm not really trying to endorse ads or anything, but Air Optics, I've been wearing them for years, and they're FDA approved. They're safe. You put them on, you take them off. Great. And I have different colors. As you notice in my videos, I have different colors on. So today it's blue. I wear green sometimes. I wear silver. Yes, I was silver. I have hazel, and I have brown. And hell, even some days I also wear my clear contacts because I do love the. Believe it or not, even though you see me wearing the color contacts, I do love my natural eye color. They are very gorgeous. It's beautiful. And anyways, I'll wait to the end to give my my 2 cents. But yeah, I mean, it's just a sad situation regardless. Anyways, he was upset, blah blah blah. David was upset, and then he got the procedure done to the other eye, and then he fell in love with it. He liked it the next day, even though it wasn't the color he wanted, although I think it was, but he was satisfied. So before that, when the staff was saying that he was not happy with the color, they're saying, oh, we're going to take the other contact the guy got and then put on yours. I'm like, dude, that's not safe. And then exactly, it's bacteria. That's gross. That's disgusting. I'm like, that's why people need to think twice before you do these kind of procedures. Like, oh my God. Like, it was just, oh my God, whatever. So he's happy, he flies back, and then he shows off his beautiful eyes. David and his mom have another argument again, and she was telling him, well, you need to grow up, blah, 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 blah. And then he says, like, you know what, I can't do this. And then he moves away from the mom. He goes to New York. And I'm happy for him. Like, but the whole thing is that mom did have a point, because David did kind of behave immaturely in some of these scenes. Well, the first one, not really. The second one, yes, because it does seem like he takes, and then it's like, when can we really get back to her mom? Because she's 70, he's 50 years old. I don't know how old he is now. But it just, their dynamic is unhealthy, and honestly, he kind of needs to work on himself, and I hope he has since the documentary. Okay, so skip forward. He's in New York. He's meeting up with his friends. He's happy. He's enjoying the compliments, that he's receiving because of the beautiful, his beautiful newly green eyes, and he's enjoying them great. Then he one day wakes up and he has, so remember how I just told you about the infiltration issue, except with his thing, it's way more severe because he has a throbbing head pain in the front, and then his eyes are very sensitive to the light, and then they're watery. I have that issue with infiltration, except I don't have the pain in my head. I don't, because they're contacts. This is different. So he goes to the eye doctor, and they're telling him you need to get the implants removed because it's going to cause these complications and you're going to go blind and blah blah blah. So he's upset. He's talking to the other people who got the procedure done. There's one of them that still has the eye, and it won't be long before she has to remove hers too. Because honestly, that's not a procedure to have. It's not safe. Again, not FDA approved. And then you do have side effects that can occur. It's just not safe at all. So David's upset, and then he goes down to Miami. I guess that's where his mom and him are, and or his mom lives, and that's where he did live at one point. So the documentary ends where he's taking, or where he's about to have the procedure. Before that, they're showing the people who had the procedure done. They're talking about how they were almost going blind, and they had all these things, and they finally had it removed. And I said, that's good. I'm glad they got removed. So here are my thoughts. So I'm going to say this one more time, because I'm probably not going to get approved comments or approved reactions when people see this video. So, okay, I understand people not being happy in their bodies. Hell, I'm kind of a product of it myself, because fake nails, piercings, eyeshadow, hair, contacts, you name it. But those are just superficial aesthetics. But it's different than putting, like, you're trying to do permanent procedures to make yourself better. It's normal for people to have what's called body dysmorphia. I kind of suffer from that here and there. And even when I lose weight, because I'm in the process of losing weight now, but even when I lose weight, I still saw myself as big, because I was always on the bigger end, and I still am right now. I gained back some weight, and heck, I'm still working on that right now. But people need to be careful with what kind of procedures they're doing. Hell, there are people who are trying to get a bigger butt, and there's numerous deaths, complicated deaths from those procedures, and especially when they're trying to do it black market, and it's not FDA approved. So if you're going to do anything to your body, like getting a BBL, getting a tummy tuck, or mommy body, whatever, just do your research. Okay, do your research. Make sure the doctor's reputable, and that you also have to look the reviews. Just be safe about it. You know what I mean? Because we are only born with one body. Okay, we're only born with one body. Once we're gone, that's it. We can never get our lives back. And as for the eyes, again, I've told you over and over, you can even see right now I'm wearing contacts. You're not happy with your eye color? Get contacts. They sell contacts. And it's cheaper. Well, those with perfect vision, it'll be cheaper for you. But people with me who have prescription, who needs prescription, it's more expensive for me. But you know what? It's worth it for me, because it's like putting on contacts is like makeup. Like, I have makeup on my face now, and all these piercings. It's part of my aesthetics, and it's fun. It makes me feel more confident. So I'm not saying people can't change their eye color or whatever. Like, I understand being not being happy with your natural body, but just do it safe. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I truly hope David has learned a lesson. I hope he's happier. I would like to get an update on where he's at. I hope he's okay. Actually, one note before I finish this. I noticed the people who did the surgery, they have brown eyes, and it makes me sad that they wanted to have blue. And I get it. I'm wearing contacts myself, but still, if you look all the way in, you'll, like, if you really go in deep, you'll see a hint of my dark brown. But anyway, that's not the point. But I'm seeing people with the brown eyes, and it's so sad they want to change their eye color permanently. But again, I understand people have what's called body dysmorphia. It's a real thing, and people have to go through a moment of self-love and therapy. and you don't need validation from anyone else. You have to love you for who you are. For me, it took me a long time to realize that, because I did not like myself for a long time either. I'm 36 years old. Like, I had all these thoughts when I was a teenager, especially because I had peers who would make fun of me because I had the glasses. My teeth, see how straight it is now? I had a gap, and then my bottom teeth were crooked. I just had the ugly duckling kind of thing, and even now I still have to, like, look in the mirror and really try to appreciate my look. Like, it's easy. Like, even people saying you're beautiful, it's kind of hard for me to believe it, because I went through years of not feeling good enough or pretty enough, and it took me a long time to have a boyfriend, and whatnot. So honestly, if you want to change yourself, you can, and I'm not going to tell people what to do. Just be safe about it. That's really what it boils down to. And honestly, um you have a good support system, because the people who see your true beauty will tell you and be straight up with you. Because you do have some family members or friends that will, well, those aren't real friends, or those aren't really loving family members if they're telling you you're ugly. But you want to, like, hang with the right people so your esteem gets better. And also, sorry, excuse me, I just had breakfast. Just be proud of who you are. You are beautiful inside and out. Um, this documentary is really eye-opening, and I thought it was just related in a healthcare kind of stance. And when I do my bachelor's, this is something I might write a thesis on one day, because beauty's within. I hate to really say that. Again, I kind of joke and I'm laughing because I'm wearing the contacts now. Believe it or not, I do love the way I naturally look. And honestly, it doesn't matter. The real people will love you for who you are inside and out. So whether you change your aesthetics for like a day, or whether no matter what you do, people will love you for who you are, because you're beautiful on the inside. I know that sounds very cheesy, the more you know. But anyway, that was a good little documentary I watched. And yeah, I'm gonna end it right here, because I do need to get ready to go and get some lunch. I'm gonna put up Love is Blind seasons 9 to 10. Like I said, I did 7 and 8 last night. I don't have time to do tomorrow. I'll probably get it done like Saturday. Then I'm going to probably do the insulin one tomorrow, or again Saturday, but I think I'll do the insulin one tomorrow instead if I have some time. All right, take care and be beautiful. Have a good day. Bye.